Not sure how well I can get this. This is typical calf behavior while nursing a bottle. There he goes. Do you see how he pushes at the bottle as he gets down toward the end? Let me move over this other one. Okay, see how he pushes the bottle with his head, with his... He's trying to get more milk come out more rapidly. And he'll do this to his mother if he was on a cow, attempting the budding of the udder makes letdown a little more rapid. And he'll do this. Hang on just a second. Here's a guy with an empty bottle. And you see what he does. That's normal calf behavior. Okay. Here are the two littlest guys. The one with the blue necklace on is Al, and the other one is the bigger one that born right around the same time. Those calves are basically the same age. But I want you to see what happens if I try to get them, come on boys, come on, to go somewhere. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to do anything. They don't know what I want. They won't move. And watch him. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. He'll turn. See, he turns to face me. I try to push him, to get him to go, to drive him, and he just turns to face me. And he will sometimes, see, he'll follow me like this sometimes. But you'll notice over there that little Al isn't doing anything. Now, imagine that I want to get these two calves to go into the... Wait a minute, let me do this slowly. Imagine I want to get these two calves to go into that barn and from there into a stall. By the time you get one to go where you want it to go, the other one is out, and nobody will do anything you ask, and they don't know what to do. These calves are easy. This is their little area that they live in, right here. But rounding them up is a nightmare. So, on the day that the 7 bull calves were in here, that feeder trough was right there in that corner. We came up with this grand idea because we used to have this feeder trough on the other side of the fence, out in the pasture. And we thought that was great because you could just come out and you could walk over here and you could pour the grain right over the fence and it went into the trough and they could come eat and you didn't have to go out there. But it didn't work out very well. In the end, that part worked fine. But in between times, when the trough was empty, those bull calves would play with it. They threw it all around. They'd put their heads under it and turn it over. They sometimes would get in it, and it's made of molded plastic, and cows break them all the time. They're expensive. So we decided to bring it into this confined area so that they couldn't destroy it in between meals. Well, this meant that you had to open that gate and let all of these calves come in, and they would stand right there and eat their grain out of the trough that was over there. The big problem came when they were finished and you wanted to get them to leave this area. Barn door would be closed, and go out the gate. They didn't want to go. They didn't know what we wanted them to do, and they mostly didn't care. And you see what's going on here. He's trying to eat my pants leg, I think. But you see how totally familiar these calves are with us, even though we try our best not to make pets out of them. Imagine 7 of these calves, 7 of them, only they weren't this size. They were almost the size of about half the size of Francis. They, I think when they finally went to the dairy, they weighed out at 500-600 pounds, maybe 700 pounds each. They were enormous, and there were 7 of them. So what happened is that they came in, they went over there to feed, and then I was here alone and I couldn't get them out. Now, I'm going to see if I can capture this, but this guy isn't just trying to eat my pants. He's a cow, he doesn't eat pants. What he's doing is butting me. Do you know how the calves butted the milk bottle? Well, he's doing that to me because I am the bringer of milk. So he comes over and tries to butt me because he figures maybe there's a bottle somewhere. Maybe there's some milk. And when he's this size of a big dog, he's not a problem. If he butts me a little bit, so what? It's annoying, but, you know. And I tell him no usually. I usually swat him. Because we don't really like for them to do that. But I'm not in any danger here. But when you have 7 large bull calves who are approximately a year old, and they're all coming to do the same thing, you're in danger. It's not a good situation, and it scared me, and I'm not kidding that it scared me. So after that happened, stop it. After that happened, we decided to do something about it, and my first inclination was that we needed to get a cattle prod. Cattle prods are electrical, and they shock the cow, and I don't really like the idea of using one, frankly. And I know most cattlemen don't like to use them, and don't use them if they can help it. And yet you have to do something, because this kind of behavior is totally unacceptable in a 700-pound calf. And 7 of them is life-threatening. So, we got a magic wand. I can make this calf go anywhere I want him to go with my magic wand. If I come out here and I need to get all these calves these calves to go, these two calves to go where I want them to go. I shape the wand. Both calves are now in the barn area. It's very simple from there, now you see them there. It's very simple from there to open the gate to the door to their stall, and they'll go right in. And I don't have to get near them. They don't get near me. They don't come up and butt at me. And I'm not in any danger. This works just as well with 7-year-old calves as it does with these two little babies. And I'm safe. And it's magic. And there is no electricity. All it is some plastic, a plastic paddle with hollow paddle with some BBs in it. And it's a miracle. I just love the thing. But anyway, there they are. They're growing up. They're still on a bottle, as you saw. And they will be, until we're sure that they're eating hay and grain well, which you can see that they're starting to do that. They've been nibbling at it. As they nibble at the hay and the grain, it changes the biological characteristics of their various parts of their stomach, so that they can, it's not a question of their learning to eat it, it's a question of them being biologically able to digest it. So you have to keep them on milk until they can. And we usually keep ours on it for at least 2 months, and I really prefer 3 if we have enough milk. There is one animal around here who finds the paddle completely meaningless. She doesn't care. We can rattle it. And see, she just looks like, what in the hell are you doing and why should I care? Because what's interesting to her right now is the water in that little pan. That's better water than any other water. We don't know why. We just know that she thinks it's better. But if I want to get her to go out that gate over there, that won't work. Frances is halter broken and she is lead trained, but she really doesn't like either one very much, and like most cattle she prefers to be driven. And we'll try this. She only does it if she really wants to, but shh, shh, hey! Wait a minute, we're doing water. And water is really important. She has to taste it. I don't know why. She tastes it to see if she approves of it. And she generally always approves of the water in that pan. But she still has to taste it. And once she's tasted it and it's met with her approval, then she'll put her face down and start to suck it up like a hose pipe. Maybe. And maybe not. This, of course, leaves the person who is standing here waiting on her sighing. Okay, none of that is very serious. When she gets serious, she'll empty that entire pan. I'm going to put an end to this. Out! Out! Go! Get! Go on! Get! Atta girl. Boy, your rear end is bad. Go on! Get! Yeah, there's another bucket of water there. It's not as good as that other water, but you're standing right in the gateway, hon. So you see, it's not like she doesn't have any water. She just likes certain water out of certain containers.